let's try to get some more done here. Let's start with his arms. So he's got skinny arms, but he wears this big robe, big sleeve robe, and he kind of has like the Cinderella, I think Cinderella or Snow White ball gown sleeves. But he has these bands that go around his arm. It's part of the sleeve uh, that help to hold it together and break up the flow of his robes. So there's one up here, like where his uh, the upper shoulder muscle. See your, I think is that your triceps? I think that's what it is. But anyway, around where that ends, that's where that band is. One right there at his elbow, or right around his elbow, and then the last one is down here in the bottom of the sleeve, and it actually keeps the sleeve open at all times. And we're gonna bring this one kind of like this, so it makes sure that his big poofy sleeve is always open, and it kind of flows. And we're gonna take that just right back behind his leg, so that we can keep from obscuring the pose that we want with. Okay. So this is the ring. And the same thing over here. The first one you're really not going to see. It's going to be like right there. The second one would be like right here. And then the third one is going around his hand, and this one is going to hang just about like so. And you're not going to see the back side of that, but I'm just putting it on there for now, because I do have to still do the sleeve that's going to flow through there. Now he has sort of a shoulder pad, and he has like a hoodie. Let's find some references here that bring this around. I'm pretty sure I have a view of him from behind. Huh, maybe not. Okay. But anyway, let's see. So I'm going to start with that shoulder pad, which comes out from about like right here and kind of curves outward in a point like that. And then it goes right on back over here. And same thing back here. And we'll bring that, keep it pointy and bring it back. And like I said, it kind of, yeah, it's just like that. Then he's got his robe that actually sits over here, and his robe is open at his chest. So let's see. I want it to be like right here and have that come down like that. And then his robe has this like lapel on it. And that tapers down as it tucks into the belt. So that's covering parts of his shoulder pad piece. And same thing over here. We'll give it a little bit of lift off of his chest. And bring it in. And maybe tuck it that way. And then on this side, it might actually cover most of his arm back there that I was worried about anyway. So this would be the lapel part. Okay, and it's coming across right there. And he does have a shirt that he wears underneath that vest. So we'll just kind of simplify this a little bit with some wrinkles. And he is arced back and twisting this way, so I'm going to run his wrinkles kind of like this direction. Alright. And then we need to do the rest of his vest. So the vest is cut to about here. It's going to tuck in like that. And we'll have a little bit of it right back here and just bring it up like there. And then, like I said, he's got a hood that I gave him, so it kind of hangs back behind his shoulders. But we don't even need to show that in this particular view because his beard and everything else kind of gets in the way. So that eliminates the need for that. And let's start with his poofy shoulders. So I want to bring that up, and this will just kind of tuck in right there. So it's just kind of like creating a general shape right there and cleaning out some of that other stuff. And then of course you got basically wrinkles. It should all squish in right here at the ring. Other side you won't see it at all. And then for his sleeve, I want his sleeve kind of blown out like this, but it has to come back to this ring. And so here, I'm going to blow it across his body, but of course it has to kind of follow the flow of his arm as well. So you get some kind of interesting wrinkles. Let me make my eraser a bit bigger, just to speed that part up a little bit more. And Gingy Baoshi, and new favorites like Dancing Drum Explosion and Hurricane Horse Coin Combo. Plus, right now, when you make a first-time deposit of $50 using code CASINO, you'll get $200 in free. All right, I'm gonna tuck that in right there a little bit, and let's see. I don't really like this piece, but I don't want them all to terminate exactly the same either. Maybe do this. That should be enough. I want to leave as much as possible up to coloring without, I don't want to leave it where you don't know what you're looking at, but I also don't want to overdo it where you don't have anything to color because everything's just drawn in for you too. All right, now this sleeve is also going to be kind of blasted out like this, and then in here it's trying to follow his form, but it also comes right down to there. So it's kind of going in two different directions at the same time, or trying to. So get rid of the arm. And what we're going to do here is bring this in about like that. Give me another. This one could be like a big deep one, maybe. Maybe not. I don't like it deep right there. Let's see here. But this one should essentially be going kind of the same way. Maybe it'll be kind of deep right there and just kind of taper off. But we're also dealing with this sleeve being, it's essentially tucked and wrapping, trying to go every which way at the same time. Maybe one more here, and maybe one here. And one right here, just like that, maybe. But with less. Let's bring it more like that. Okay. And I don't like this total solid shape right here either. So let me go ahead and bring a line in right here. And then sweep that in like that and get rid of this part. Just to break that up a little bit and make it a little bit more unsteady looking, I think. Now I can actually keep that as one solid line right there. But then I'll just break it up. I think that's going to work the best. And maybe get rid of that part of it. Maybe add some more to that. Something like that. It's a little weird. That's kind of some complicated, wrinkly drapery going on right there. Inside the sleeve is dark. Okay, and we are exceeding our time just a little bit, but then this sleeve comes down. Like I said, it's going to come down to this point. And we've just barely got that ring right there in the view. So let's bring it kind of like this. Can have some kind of short ones there. And then just take the ring across the top. Okay, and let me get rid of that back side. That just confuses the image a little bit. Getting rid of the arm. There we go. And so I could do kind of a big, deep wrinkle right here. And that kind of symbolizes, or yeah, suggests that back section of it. Give this a little bit of thickness and bring it into, say, right here. And then bring this in just like so. And maybe keep it a little bit thick up there. And don't let those touch. I want that change in flow. This one I can keep in for a little ways. I don't want it to go all the way to the end though. And this last little one right here, I just want it to kind of come in and maybe even be open. Sort of like a rounded drop right there. Okay. Maybe this piece here, maybe we'll tuck that in more. Give it more of a solid, like, two different forms coming together look to it. Alright, so I'm zooming out. And yeah, I think I'm liking this a lot better. Let me get rid of the reference. So let me take this back for you. So, oops, turn that off. So that's what I'd started with, and I was absolutely not happy with it. This is where we're at now, which I think this is going to look a lot better as far as showing off the character and not making them just look hokey. I think there's a way to... All right, I could do that, but then I don't have a background on it. Okay, so let me turn that back on. Oh, not that one. That one. All right, so that's going to be the end of our stream for today. I will probably come back to working on this after I take care of the stuff I've got to do today. And I'm going to try... let's see, so... I'm gonna come back and do my live stream tomorrow, and I'm just gonna start it at 7 o'clock. So I'm gonna change my schedule. Live streams from 7 a.m. For 2 hours. So that'll be the new schedule. 7 a.m. 2 hours, and working on the coloring book wherever I happen to be. Hopefully, I don't have to redraw any more pages, but there might be some more bad ones in there. We'll deal with it. I know. As we get closer and closer to the end of the book, the pages I did do I like them a lot more. I felt like they got awesome, but we'll see. So thank you very much for coming and watching. I'm going to get off of here, and I will see you tomorrow.